Okay, we're back, y'all. Part two on we said we're gonna do a second segment, so we stopped that one, saved that one, so we can upload it to YouTube. So we'll have a part two, but we back, and we was talking about downgrading, if it's a good thing, bad thing. We wasn't suggesting that it's a thing that you do. So we'll go back and say a lot of people had opinions of how you think other people so far what we did, how you think people agreed from the conversations on a 100% scale. Do you think most people liked or will downgrade, or just kind of like it how it is and like the struggle?
Some people like the struggle. You know, they like the idea of pushing hard to get what they want. Right. Now, I have met people that's like that. They don't mind working that hard because a lot of them take the time to go out to eat. Mm-hmm. Like my sister, for example. My sister does not mind working and hustling on the side so she can go on her vacations and her trips, and also so she could buy her shoes and purses because her closet is loaded. I love going to her house so I can go shopping. But she don't mind it, and she does it by herself now. She's a single mom. So she does all that hard work and she don't complain.
Yeah, and we was gonna put my mom on here one day. And, I use my mama famous quote. She said, even times is changing and stuff like that. My mama always had said that, it takes two. It takes two, whether that person's a housewife, to think what we need to do, how we need to do it. It always takes two. But, is that? Okay. Yeah, and, so, yeah, that's why we did the subject today. We thought it was really a controversial. Actually, we've been seeing it a lot. On Facebook, and we wanted to address that.
A lot of stop living out your means type memes.
Yeah, and and dedicated to our personal friend, to try to get some type of satisfaction in there. But like I said, if a person already have it figured out that they're gonna do what they're gonna do, it's nothing you could do to stop that person, because that person is sacrificing what they want to sacrifice, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Well, Coco said her biggest fear is to struggle, and that enables her to get what she wants.
Yeah, but that's contradicted, because...
But I think that's how my sister feels, though. She don't want to struggle, so she work hard and she hustle hard.
I'm 48, and in the streets, I'm 48, and in the streets, you had an up and down process. That's like going, I work too, and it's times like, okay, we're only doing 30 hours. So, if you up at this high mountain, don't have your own bank, meaning 10,000 plus, to sustain that down period. The economy always go up and down. I'm real good with stocks and stuff like that, and the economy, and it goes up and down. Food prices go up and down. Let me explain one thing. When gas is set to $2, we'll say $2. If gas is set to $2 and you have your 40 hours a week, no side hustle, and that gas shoot to $2.59, that 59 cents is coming out of your savings.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? So I mean, you could beat me up all you want and say, well, I'm gonna go do what I gotta do. That's fine. But you gotta remember, gas go back down to $2. Oh, I'm good. But it go back up to $2.10. That 10 cents is coming out of your savings. It's coming from somewhere. If you and your spouse have 40 hours and you making the maximum amount of money you want, $20 hour each, that 59 cents, the extra, that 10 extras, 10 cents is gonna come out of your savings. That's why we kind of sit still sometimes. Does it get boring? Not really for us. Maybe other people. I'm sure people got Netflix. I'm sure people got some form of Fire Stick or something like that,
Right.
And that's a lot of times we got to sit still due to the fact, okay, gas is at $2, we can roll. But when it goes up above our mean, we have to sit still and wait for it to go back down, because that 59 cents is saying, hey, go into your egg nest. It's almost like magic. No. And we say no.
Right.
We say no. You're not going to make us go into a savings and pull that out. You have to live like that egg nest is not there.
And Sean Thomas was saying, I was always taught to take $100 out and put it in an account that you'll never touch until you need it.
Mm-hmm. right? But needed is gonna be what we talking about is that when that gas go to $2.59, that's 59 cents. You're like, man, that's just pennies. But let them pennies keep adding up month to month to month on that gas. Like when we had Rita or Ike and we was paying $3.49.
Oh goodness, that was crazy. We standing in line for some gas for 5 hours was crazy.
Yeah, and Sean had a quick. Oh, you already read.
I just
Sean?
read.
Yeah,
so that was crazy.
I'm trying to balance out. All I'm saying, basically, in my opinion, is that you could be doing the best thing in life, and that economy will come and slap you, and there's nothing you could do but go out and spend more personal time to, do whatever
but
you do.
If you do downgrade and you feel bad about it, because some people, have they feel a type of way about downgrading. It's not as bad as you think. And don't take it out on your relationship, because a lot of people, when they have to downgrade, they get upset.
Right.
And it messes with the relationship.
Right.
Don't let downgrading downgrade your relationship.
Right, because you might not understand that other person may be in a pre-depression. Like, well, he don't take pills or she don't take pills, but they may be depressed. We had a friend that also was depressed. And, we started to see this funny mood, like almost like dementia, at night it started changing and stuff like that.
Right.
And, that person went back to work and he looked fine, don't he? He's starting to look fine.
Mm-hmm.
That person's starting to look good. So we kind of know that economy thing was kind of kicking him in the butt, like that. He was a teacher. And so he went back to work and kind of came out of that depression mode, to get free.
Mm-hmm.
He bought the land, he bought his house, and, it was a shell, so he got to do the inside. And he's adamant about going down there to, fix his property up, and his wife. And,
mm-hmm.
and she more of a city person. But, he gave the ultimatum, was like, not really they going to break up or nothing like that, but he was like, hey, man, I'm going. Hopefully she'll follow, and he want to show her the freedom, like now
right.
You could do whatever you want to do. I'm opening
she
doors.
She all for it now, though.
Yeah.
She wasn't in the beginning because she, like we said, she was straight city. So, a person that's not used to the country, everything irritates you. The frogs making noise, the crickets, the quietness,
Mm-hmm.
Not being able to hear a car for miles. That stuff is irritating when you're used to hearing that every day.
And he put her, he got rid of her car and put her in a Nissan Leaf, which is all electric. So, basically,
which saves on
gas.
On gas he for her, and she get to spend more money now.
Right, yeah. And he says he'll handle everything like that, And I understand that,
because she work hard from we talking early in the morning before the sun come up to late in the evening after it's dark already.
And her 2 days, she just want to sleep. I mean, she just want to sleep.
And she still make time for the kids during the week.
Yeah, she'll come home and go directly to them and try to get them as much time as possible.
And she tell us, well, excuse me, y'all, I'm going to take a little 20-minute nap. She go in there, take her nap, she get back up. She actually entertains us, make sure we ate and all of that. Then she go spend time with the kids. Hey, you want to go to your dance class today? She is on it.
Yeah, she on it. And me being who I am, I be looking at it like, wow, which he told me he's going to give her a break. He said, now I'm back working, she ain't got to do nothing. But she held it down until he got out that depression.
Mm-hmm.
You got to understand it. Coco said that one time. She said the depression is real, and he was depressed, and he didn't seek medical help for that, and nothing like that. He kind of drunk a couple of beers, but not, bad or anything like that, because that's another point. The fight that you fighting will lead you to drinking more.
I think the problem is when you want to downgrade, it's like, what am I going to do? And I think that's where he was. I don't know what to do to downgrade.
Well, all that time at home, because he was with me a lot of times,
That's all he did was think.
Yeah, he all the time. We jumping, he come pick me up. We jump in the car, he thinking about ways. I was like, man, you own it. You are on it. But that depression got him. It wasn't really because of the money. It was the depression of being free. He kind
of how to do it. Yeah, he couldn't figure out how he wanted to construct his life.
But he knew he was thinking more money was what he needed. But he just went and got the substitute job, you know, which brought in money, and he started moving with the little money. When he had a lot of money, he wasn't moving. But when he got that small amount of money, he started moving.
Because he had a lump sum and he kind of blew it. You know, like most people do. You know, you get the money, you excited. We all done that where we blew the money and was like, dang, I could have done this or that with that money.
Right. And Ron say, I understand, Sean, but needs and wants get misunderstood. They do. They really do get misunderstood because what you do have can go double up on light bill. You know, and now for the next 2 months you're good. Excuse me,
Yeah, and you know, as far as wants and needs is concerned, I think that's the problem with, you know, downgrading in the first place, is that you have to separate the wants from the needs. Do I want this Mercedes or do I need this Mercedes?
Right.
Which one? You know, is it economical on gas or do I want to look good when I go somewhere? Which is nothing wrong with that, because you don't want to pull up to every party in a Pinto. I get that.
Yeah.
You know, that would be just absolutely crazy to tell somebody, hey, if you got to live raggedy. No, some people want to look good and be downgraded at the same time. I get it.
And I'm going to say that we don't think about never coming up like, you know, Tesla. We think about that all the time, but we got to go.
I want a Tesla.
Yeah, we going back to the platform, the blueprint, and say, how can this be affordable and sustained? Just say 6-year note, you know. That's what we doing. We not gonna go in and just get. Then you look at the count and say, hey, I'm not making more than what I need a month. That's what we're trying to say.
A Tesla truck at that.
Mm-hmm.
I want the Tesla truck, not the Tesla car. Well, I do want the Tesla car, but once I saw the truck, I was in love. Because we do heavy duty stuff. We need a truck.
So, you know, that's basically, you know, it's kind of sound like a little double jeopardy thing, but, you know, you know, our
it's balance though. Not really double jeopardy, but balance. Figuring it all out of what's more important than the other thing.
Yeah, our personal thing is basically what we doing when that house laid down, all the way down, nothing left, nothing to be recovered. We went back to the blueprint. Okay, how can we learn from others, learn from what we've been through, and do this the right way? And, you know, like I say, it's about that eggness. If you got to flip cars, cut yards, you know, and put back at the same time, that's important. You know?
And you got to see what you didn't see when you did have what you had before. Like when we was cleaning up the rubble from the house, we were looking at how we built the house, and we were like, why was we being so difficult? Look how we could have made it easy and built it like this and that, you know. So we did get to see where we made a mistake ourselves. It's like we could have been through with the house if we would have just did this and that.
If we'd have did it basic, it would have been 1 year, no doubt about it. You know, basic Flamico countertops and stuff like that, basic cabinets and lights. You know, that house would have been done so quick, it would have been ridiculous. And it was a good thing about doing it like that because, you know, if it didn't burn down, we could have rented it out. You know, and we'd have had a source of income, you know.
Ernest, Thomas Mariano was saying, I drove a Lexus, a BMW, Mercedes, and I learned it's not worth the cost.
Right. You got to have some money. You got to have some money. And I'll go back to our brother on that one with Ernest, is that it costs. You know, if you can't do it yourself, let alone if you do it yourself, you don't have to pay the proper.
Stave got to maintain those cars.
Yeah.
And every time we go to his house, he always having something being taken care of, whether it's oil change, tires check. It's always money going on those cars. Now, luckily for me, I have a shade tree mechanic right here.
And you right. It's he always like, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, you know, like that. And him with his situation, most of them were need to be maintained quality. Like I need to have paperwork showing that I, you know, validly got this this car properly maintained. We got a car with $300,000. You're not just supposed to ride that every. That's a car you just don't ride every day.
Right, and another thing we was talking about earlier was being frugal has to do with how frugal your pockets is. Like I was telling Tony, you could see a $10 million house and it's for sale for $1 million. That is a steal. But if you don't have $1 million pocket, that's not a steal.
That's like 100,000. I'm gonna just shoot a number. That's 100,000 taxes at the end of the year.
Right. That's a win for a basketball player.
Yeah.
Or something.
You know, you got to and you bring up another valid point. Let me explain this point. Why do, and I know, and I'm sure everybody else know or don't, if a basketball player, football player can go broke, you are more quicker to go broke.
Yeah.
Because that was the whole thing about being trained in the beginning. You knew basketball. You went to college. But did you learn economics? Did you understand your $12 million is for 12 years? That means you only got $1 million a year to spend.
Right.
And once you succeed that $1 million, you go into your next year pay. You have to put that mathematics together. That's a part of my book that that I talk about. You got to know mathematics, not the mathematics where 1 + 1 = 2. You have to know this spiritual mathematics. This is not sustainable. It's not. Our lives in different races has went to different. It was certain neighborhoods we didn't go into, and it was for reasons why we didn't go into them. And now that that's available, you still have to watch out and make sure that you're able to go up into those lifestyle changes like that.
Right. Like I like the story about that football player. I don't know his name, y'all. I just remember the story that he was new to the team, and they gave him that money they give him when they first get on the team. He took that money and bought a farm with it.
Right.
And he quit. He retired. I think he played for a little while. Then he retired, and they were upset about that. I bet the contracts are all written up now.
And that's one of my points. Like I always say, if I hit $1 million, apartments come. Not $1 million, but some million apartments coming up. Ain't nothing else important but apartment complexes, and of course the insurance on it. That's one of my main things. I don't care what the guys think and this person think, that person think. Will I help people? Sure. The needy of the most needy. But when them apartment complexes come up, 1,000 apartment complexes at $1,000 with rent these days, I'm being nice.
Right.
Look at the amount of money. So, like I say, that's us going back to the blueprint. So if that day do come where we, hit this money or make that money, because I don't, ever think that, just rely on no lotto,
Right.
That's one in so many millions, if it happened, it happened. But I don't even play to win. We don't play to win. We barely, I think the lotto was like $444 million. We didn't even get a ticket. So, we can't expect to win, like that, those pipe dreams like that, but it can happen. One guy, real quick, used his fortune cookie. Well, maybe his angels say, hey, I think you've done enough. I think you've done enough for us to open that gate for you and allow you to, or your heart is at a certain percent where we know you're going to do right by this money, So that's my take on it, y'all, So, but tell your friends. Go to our YouTube. We trying to get more people on our YouTube. I keep saying that on our video because we really need that to kind of boost up. Because we did one live on YouTube, and
right.
We want to kind of do it a little bit more and stuff like that. But so yeah, that's our show on on downgrading, upgrading. I think it's at 50-50. I think if you choose to go out, hustle, do this and that with our kids, hey, by God, do that.
Yeah, if you single, do that. Seriously, because you don't have to, you don't have responsibilities like the people with children do. You can go out there and soar, like for real, like have 2-3 jobs, hold it down.
Right, but then
But don't kill yourself.
Right, but and that's what I always tell my brothers and sisters. I'd rather have y'all with me than not, than not with me. And being one of the oldest, the second oldest, I don't want them. I'd rather pass before them naturally. 99, 89, then they come behind me. Don't let me beat. Don't beat me to the gate. You feel what I'm saying? Because you was trying to gain things here that you can't take with you, because somebody else gonna take control over that stuff. Whatever you built up, and if it's the kids, hey, if you taught them right, by all means, let them go ahead and do it. Like that. That's boom for them.
Oh, hey, boom.
So yeah, we just wanted to talk on upgrade, downgrade. I see a particular race, don't care what they do, and they come up. Like around here, they cleaning lots out, they cutting their trees down, they buying their mobile
this
home.
downgrade city out here that we live in, y'all.
Yeah.
People are downgrading,
but they
upgrade.
They sure do.
Like there's some people down the street here. They when they first got here, we were like, oh man, they got stuff everywhere. Mm-hmm. Now they shaping their yard. It looked like a Central Park over there.
Right.
They getting it set up.
Mm-hmm. It looked raggedy and stuff like that, but they was they was doing their blueprint.
Right, they had the porta potty out there. We didn't know what was going on, but now they got stuff set up. Put the septic tank in. Got their water set up. They ready.
And they rent free and land free.
Right.
Because basically, I hear you basically just pay cash for your lot and put whatever you want. You in the county limits, not the city limits.
Right. It's turning into a neighborhood out here, so that's why we leaving, because we want to stay in the country.
Yeah, just space. That's all. Be spaced out more than other people.
Don't nothing feel better than being able to walk on your property in your drawers. I'm just saying.
Right. And that's kind of like where we was here, but where we at now, you could definitely do that. Probably nobody will see.
Nobody will be out there.
And it's not expensive as people think. Cause like I say, we don't have the funds like that, And so that's going back to the blueprint. Live without and gain the world. If you live without, go back to the blueprint, set it. You don't have to lose everything, but go back to that blueprint, set that blueprint, and
hey, Mickey.
Set that financial blueprint, set that spiritual blueprint, and I guarantee you have nowhere but to go but up. And if you, and my point being, if you already at a certain level where you stuck, you can't do nothing but go down.
Yep.
You can't do nothing but go down.
Downgrade just means you're getting ready for an upgrade. That's all it means.
Right. That's the bottom. That's the main story.
And if anybody tell you different, make fun of you because of your situation, take it. Take that medicine. Take it with a smile, because when you start rising, they gonna be right there.
Yeah, how you do it? I try to sit up.
Dang, you ain't have nothing, man. Right. That's what they gonna be saying.
And it's been 5 years since my oldest son Kendrick been around there, and I kind of watches his growth. I don't go in and say you need to do this, you need to do that. Like I say, he came to us. We helped him build his house and stuff like that to get him financially free. And like I say, y'all, he pay himself his own mortgage. He don't have a mortgage, but he felt that it was what he needed to do to get that egg nest right. He say, well, most people pay,
Tony,
this and rent, that and rent like that. And what we did for him was we set him up, cleaned the lot, a lot of work, y'all, a lot of work, cutting trees down, all that. And we got him.
Darn near electrocuted himself.
Yeah, on the tree falling down. But he's there now, and he's took the advice that we offered to him, and he's applying it the way that he needed to do it.
And he did a lot of downgrading too while he was doing the house, because he changed the color of the house 3-4 times. He changed how he wanted to do the tiles in the bathroom.
Right. That's financial freedom.
Right. That comes with figuring out who you are. Mm-hmm. You know what? I don't want this gold and black room. I want silver and black. Right. Or purple.
He's actually doing what the heart tells him to do, because he know he can do it.
Right. He had black cabinets. He took all of them out and he changed it to white cabinets.
Right. So that's kind of like what we're saying. Like I say, y'all, it's not expensive. I know the city is, hype, everything going down, but we ride down to Houston 46 miles. 56 miles every once in a while. We don't have no problem doing that. It's actually more like an outgoing, like going to the movies,
right,
and stuff like that, So, I believe we have nowhere to go but up, and it's a positive thing. Like when we was here, it was more how we gonna do this, how we gonna now with the blueprint rebuilt, rewritten. Now we can see that blueprint. We're not stuck in that.
The spiritual GPS told us rerouting.
Right. Because we cried out for it in so many ways.
Make a U-turn.
And like I say, when the Creator, when He answers, you better accept. It would be more better to accept the angels than when the Creator come and reroute it. Let the angels do the GPS. Because when he come, your father come, the creator come himself, you might not like it. It's going to be good, but you might not like that outcome.
That's why it's called a storm. You gotta go through the storm first.
Yeah.
Sean was saying she a country girl. That's where she wants to retire. She don't want to pay bills when she stopped working.
Right. And that's and you know, trust me, with solar and all that, that stuff is reachable. It's reachable to not do this and do that. You got little nicks and knacks here where you got to figure out this and that, but it's definitely possible. You know, where you don't have to worry about that. You know, shooting that money every month. And that's how we do a lot of stuff. You know, based relying on, you know, solar and stuff like that. You know.
And we have to start again. We have to downgrade with that. We had all our solar stuff together, so now we have downgraded back down, and we got to get all our batteries and stuff set back
solar
up.
panels, 20 solar panels,
so we could watch
wires,
our TV and all that like we used to.
Yeah, just total freedom. You know, it was just total freedom. And but like I say, the tech world and that is changing. And now we'll be able to go into the new tech world.
And that's another thing. We needed that because we had all the old batteries. We're not even in lithium no more. Didn't we go up again?
No, it's lithium and lithium nitride. So it's a different format.
So
but
we was on acid batteries.
Yeah,
so
heavy batteries. Now that same battery, like 12 of those 100-pound batteries are now wrapped up into 145 pound battery that your kid can pick
we
up.
needed to upgrade batteries and stuff anyway. Maybe not the panels. The panels are pretty much
they
the
was
same.
good. 25 years. You know.
That's gonna hurt y'all. We was buying like 1 or 2 panels a month. We gotta start back up.
Yeah, but you know, like I say, the battle, we know it. You know, that's the good thing. You know the battle. We know the financial part of that. How to do that little by little by little.
Knowing is half the battle. That's G.I. Joe quote.
Yeah, so
that's the 80s babies.
Yeah, so you know, like I say, we rather have all y'all here. I don't want to go to no funeral because of stress. I don't want to go to none of y'all funeral or even my funeral based on he died.
Downgrade your life so we can see y'all live better.
Yeah, you know, invite us over. We'll invite y'all when we get back up, because that's what we were doing. We was getting set up with, hey, y'all want to come out here and, you know, spend a week or two with us? It didn't matter. You know, we didn't care. We had everything you need. Fresh towels, brand new toothbrushes, tissue, anything you needed we had that was brand new, where you could be comfortable and come out here and kind of like a little retreat, you know, and enjoy yourself. And we're going to get back like that, but it'll be a lot better how we going. That's why
2 acres, that's gonna be lovely.
Yeah, that's why we
Matter of fact, we'll put the guest room way in the back of the property, so we won't even be in your
freedom.
business.
Yeah, you can come out here and spend all the time you need. You could be a stranger, you know, it don't even matter. Like stranger for us not being family wise, you know, and you know, come enjoy
Jeremiah
yourself.
29:11, all for you all.
Yeah,
that's
everything is already here on earth free.
Everything
you just
is
gotta
free.
figure it out, and that's what we did. We figured out what was free. That's what we did. We figured out how it was free. It wasn't to take from people, you know. It's another method of getting everything free, you know, when you abide by, you know, the rules and regulations of Yahweh, you know. So we're going to let y'all go. But if y'all haven't went to our YouTube, please go to our YouTube and subscribe. We don't post a lot of videos, so we won't hit y'all with the notifications and stuff like that. You know, it's Tony with the